2014. It's a warm January evening in Beverly Hills. Leonardo DiCaprio walks to the stage. The Wolf of Wall Street has just won a Golden Globe. He thanks the studio. He thanks Scorsese. The room applauds. Then he thanks three men, Joey, Riz, and Joe. The third man is sitting 30 feet from the stage, 32 years old, baby-faced, 1,000 of Hollywood's biggest names in the room, and nobody knows who he is. He's the man who paid for the movie, and the money isn't his. It came out of a government fund in Malaysia, the savings of 30 million people, $4.5 billion, gone. His name is Jho Low. This is the story of the greatest heist ever pulled, and the man nobody can catch. Penang, Malaysia, 1981. Low-tech Joe is born into money. His father is worth millions, but it is still not enough. The boy is shipped to Harrow, a boarding school for princes and future kings. The other boys have palaces. Joe has an allowance, so he improvises. Summer break, the Mediterranean, a party on a yacht in the marina. Joe rented it. The guests don't know that. They see the yacht, and they see an heir. Nobody questions it. It's the most important lesson of his life. You don't need to be rich. You just need to look rich. Look rich enough, and the world is yours. At Wharton, the parties get bigger and the guest lists get better. Gulf princes, billionaire heirs, but the most valuable friend he makes isn't a prince. He's a quiet film buff named Riza Aziz. Riza's stepfather is a Malaysian politician named Najib Razak. Kuala Lumpur, April 2009. Najib is sworn in as Prime Minister. 3 months later, he signs a new sovereign wealth fund into existence. 1MDB, billions of dollars, meant for power plants, real estate, jobs, the savings of 30 million Malaysians. The fund's paperwork lists a board, directors, advisors, page after page of names. Jho Low's is not one of them. September 2009, Kuala Lumpur. 1MDB announces its first deal, a joint venture with an oil company called Petro-Saudi, Royal Connections. 1MDB wires in $1 billion. Within days, 700 million of it moves again to a shell company in the Seychelles called Goodstar. In the ledger, one line, loan repayment. Goodstar's ownership certificate carries a single name, Jho Low, 28 years old, $700 million, one wire. Nobody notices. 2012, New York. The next job needs a real bank, so he walks into the biggest name on Wall Street. Goldman Sachs raises $6.5 billion for 1MDB. Its fee, roughly $600 million, many times the market rate. The bank doesn't ask why. The bonds are guaranteed by Abar, a real fund owned by Abu Dhabi. But on the transfer orders, the account belongs to a different Abar. Two company names, side by side, letter for letter, identical. The real one sits in Abu Dhabi. The clone sits in the British Virgin Islands. On the compliance form, there's a box that catches exactly this. Nobody ticks it. 2013. Najib has an election to win, and elections are expensive. One more bond, $3 billion. This time, 681 million lands in a private account at a bank in Kuala Lumpur. On the statement, the account holder's name, Najib Razak, the Prime Minister. The money is out, clean, scattered across the world, and Jho Low starts to spend. It's November, and the Las Vegas night is loud. Jho Low is turning 31. Britney Spears jumps out of his birthday cake. Paris Hilton pours the champagne. In the marina, a new superyacht, $250 million. The name, Equanimity. The excess doesn't stop here. A pink diamond necklace, $23 million, for the Prime Minister's wife. $8 million in jewelry for the supermodel Miranda Kerr. Then his friend Riza opens a film studio, Red Granite. Its first big production costs $100 million. The story of a fast-talking fraudster who steals millions and parties it all away. The Wolf of Wall Street. 2014, January, Beverly Hills, the Golden Globes, the applause, Joey, Riz, and Joe, a movie about financial crime, financed by financial crime. After the ceremony, Joe hands DiCaprio a gift, Marlon Brando's Oscar, the real one, and nobody in Hollywood asks where the money comes from. Nobody ever checks. But money burned in public has witnesses, and thousands of miles away, on an island in Thailand, a man Jho Low has never met slides open a drawer. Inside, a hard drive, 227 gigabytes, enough to end everything. London, 2015. A cramped office buried in paper. The woman at the desk was born in Sarawak, in Malaysian Borneo. She's an investigative journalist. In Malaysia, her website is blocked. Her name is Claire Rucastle Brown. The man with the hard drive finds her. Xavier Justo, former Petro Saudi. He left angry, and he didn't leave empty-handed. Every email, every wire, Good Star, all of it. He asked Petro Saudi for the money he says he's owed. They refused. The most expensive no in corporate history. She publishes, across the top of her site, 3 words: heist of the century. Malaysia trembles. Then the Wall Street Journal prints the number on its front page, $681 million, in the Prime Minister's personal account. In Kuala Lumpur, Najib starts the purge. The Attorney General investigating him packs his office into boxes. The replacement steps to a podium. The money was a donation from Saudi royalty. Case closed. Inside Malaysia, the story is dead. In Bangkok, police lead Xavier Justo away in handcuffs. The first man to go to prison over the biggest heist in history is the man who exposed it. 18 months in a Thai cell. The cover-up is winning. But outside Malaysia, nobody answers to Najib. In Singapore, regulators padlock an entire bank. In Switzerland, prosecutors open a criminal investigation. And in July 2016, in Washington, the Department of Justice files the largest kleptocracy case in American history. Off the coast of Bali, agents board the Equanimity. The Basquiat comes off the wall. An empty hook where 49 million used to hang. The diamond is never found. An empty velvet case. May 2018, Malaysia votes. Najib loses, his party's first defeat in 61 years. Police trucks pull up to his houses, and the counting takes days. 567 handbags, 423 watches, 12,000 pieces of jewelry. Najib stands in a courtroom dock. 12 years. Goldman Sachs pays nearly $5 billion in settlements. Everyone who touched the money pays, except one man. As the raids begin, Jho Low is in Macau. Then he's gone. For 7 years, the most wanted financial fugitive on Earth doesn't exist. His passports, St. Kitts, Cyprus, are stamped void, one by one. Interpol issues a red notice. His photograph, his name, his aliases. Malaysia wants him. So do Singapore and the FBI. Then, in 2025, investigators finally find him. A quiet street in Shanghai. A gated compound called Green Hills. Guards at the gate. Mansions behind the trees. The man living here carries an Australian passport. He is protected, investigators believe, by people far more powerful than he is. 17 years have passed since the first wire. The Prime Minister went to prison, the bank paid billions, and the whistleblower did time. In May 2026, his lawyers deliver a request in Washington addressed to the President of the United States. A pardon.